Appreciation August is on 1 week early at integrativemysticism.com. From now until the 31st of August 2020, enjoy 20% off all Scarlet Moon services, including gift certificates when you apply the codes on your screen. We are now also accepting tips and donations for those of you who've been requesting that for the last 7 years. You can now leave a tip or a donation at my website, integrativemysticism.com. Hey there, Sagittarius. It's time for your weekly horoscope for the coming 7 days. And just a quick reminder for everybody out there, I did debut a new type of horoscope this last week where it's about as personalized as you can get while doing it on a general audience YouTube platform. And it's actually a guided build your own spread reading. So you go through a 5-card selection process, you build essentially your own reading in this similar format. The cards are charged and blessed to show the most predominant energies of this week for the populations that'll go and check it out. And you can actually see what is going to be happening on a more personal basis in addition to this. So you can find that on my main channel page if you are interested. It is pretty involved though, but you know, if you're going to have a personal reading, you gotta get personally involved. So what is going on when it comes to this coming week for you? This week is really, Sagittarius, this is all about picking up the pace where you've maybe gone a bit slow, picking up the pace where maybe you have slowed down for others, possibly even in a way to be considerate. You may have been, doing things in kind of a slow drip method or doing things in a very gradual process that ultimately it's time to just kind of let her rip. This is a week where you got to really pay attention to where you might be trusting that things are just always going to be waiting for you to decide to go into action, into connection, and maybe stop trying to let things wait in that way, because energy does not stagnate for us all of the time. When opportunities are there, new connections are there, breakthroughs are there. Sometimes if we are trying not to disrupt other people's routines, we are trying to do a slow incorporation, we're handling a situation that's doing a disservice to us and disservice to other people as well. And the Chariot card upright is very much personifying this as the overarching theme. Where have you been maybe taking baby steps where you don't need to be taking baby steps? Where have you been making micro changes where you have no business making micro changes? This can sometimes happen, right? Where maybe we don't want to make a disruption at work. We don't want to, maybe make things seem stressed out or complicated for a family member or a partner or whatever. Actually, I'm seeing partners are just fine this week. We'll talk about that in a second. But the Chariot card is indicating that this need for you to kind of pick up your pace where you're afraid to be a disruption or make a disruption or initiate a shift that may impact other people in all areas of your life, we really need to get over that fear. It's almost like we're being so conscientious and so careful, it's codependent. And so this is a week where you're seeing a lot of really good stuff come your way, but you have to be able to welcome it in as quickly as it comes, or as quickly as you can, and not necessarily worry about the fact that, good will create disruptions as well as it's making room for itself in your life. There are certain good things in the world that can be stressful in transition. Travel can be stressful. I hate traveling. I'm fine when I get on the plane, but I just hate it the night before. Moving can be stressful. Incorporating into new jobs and new schedules can be stressful. Trying to do micro movements everywhere you go is not necessarily always in the best interest. So this is a week where you're going to see the emphasis is on efficiency, speed, and getting the let out, especially as it comes to your work and your finances, possibly even a little bit of your home life. We've got the 8 of Cups upright, and a lot of you are needing to pay attention to where it's time to cancel something that people know you for, or people that have been constantly recruiting you for, asking you to do, provide, give. because the Eight of Cups is indicating a lot of you are moving on to bigger and better things, more challenging, more profitable, more stimulating opportunities, more creative opportunities this week. They're going to be in the offering for you. A lot of you may be finding that, yes, those of you that have been inquiring about new jobs, transfers, and moves in that respect, you're going to start really getting some bites. The Eight of Cups is also indicating, yes, some of you may be leaving a source of revenue behind, or a regular thing behind that you've outgrown. And it might feel bad, right? Sometimes as we get bigger, we feel bad because we have to leave something, or even people that, are not going at the pace that we are, in order to go into something that is going to be less friction for us because it's going at the velocity that we are. The Eight of Cups is indicating that this may also require you to make some adjustments to your own availability, your work hours, or maybe just how you actually distribute your availability to other people on a regular basis, not even professional. But with the Chariot card upright, if you heed the call and you keep up the pace, you're really going to be glad you did. As we get on to your communications, community, friends, and family, yeah, we've got the Queen of Cups reversed, and it does look like there is possibly a confrontation. I don't know if it has to be a confrontation in and of itself. It could be real low-key, might just be kind of the writing is on the wall, but there is something going on with the Queen of Cups reversed where we have to do something in spite of the protests of a friend or a relative, and you are going to get some blowback for this. The Queen of Cups reversed is, not necessarily above guilt trips, maybe even trying to, cut you down a little bit when she's feeling threatened, when she wants to go into victim mode and into child mode. This may not necessarily be female, by the way, but with the Queen of Cups reversed, I am seeing this might be the person or the influence or the group of people that have been convincing you to go slow or take things, in a piecemeal, again, micro movement kind of way. This is not really company that you need at this point in time. And I mean, if you just needed me to say that, that's fine. But with the Queen of Cups reversed, what I'm kind of seeing is that there's a lot of calls for you to kind of get in her swamp, so to speak. With the Queen of Cups is upright, it's a beautiful, clean, crystal clear lake. And when we have the Queen of Cups reversed, it's usually a swamp. And there is something happening here where you are lifting yourself out of a norm is unhealthy, but there is someone trying to pull you back in. Or you may finally find out that this person or these people have been trying to keep you there all along. You don't need to validate that behavior anymore. You don't need to do this. This person needs to kind of find a way to stand for themselves, work for themselves, learn to create their own reality, learn to act their own adult numerical age. As we get on to the challenges this week, or the lessons that present as challenges, yeah, we've got the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. Again, leaving things up in the air for far too long. You really don't want to be doing that this week. Okay, there are a lot of cards here that are ultimately saying that while it's important to be discerning and deliberating, if you can, if you need to make a decision, or you can make a decision in a week, or your heart is already set because you already know things are good, why are you weighing the options for a month? Why are you just letting go of the wheel and seeing what's going on? Because the Wheel of Fortune reverse, remember, is about you taking the driver's seat, you being in charge. This is not a time to be surrendering and living without intention and just going where the wind blows you. The Wheel of Fortune reverse is indicating that which you are not being hands-on with, that which you are not taking care of, that which you are choosing to leave to chance will start to decay and kind of go into an entropic state this week. So I want you to pay attention to where there are certain things that we've been neglecting, or certain things that we've been putting off, or things that we need to be able to readily engage with, keep up the conversation with, that maybe we wanted to do, but we've been delaying our own gratification with, our own activity with. As we get on to your relationships with love and romance, the reason I said I think relationships are going okay is because With the Seven of Cups, I am seeing a lot of you Sagittarius people really breaking new ground when it comes to a lot of new ways you can actually do love or do relationships. Because for those of you who are single, those of you who are available to new people, the Seven of Cups upright is presenting you with many open roads, either through one person or maybe even a selection of people that have the freedom, the abundance, as well as the talent and the maturity to actually have those lifestyles, have those timelines go forward for them. And you may be finding that with the Seven of Cups upright, it's really hard for you to make a decision right now. But it's asking you to, of course, get intentional with that Wheel of Fortune reversed, because the other thing about the Seven of Cups is that it's not going to make a decision for you. If you have a bunch of good options show up and no one is getting eliminated because they're all too good, then that means you can't make a decision because you haven't made up your mind about the kind of relationship you want and what you're bringing to the table. And this is a week you gotta know for sure, because there's some good stuff out there for you. For those of you who are currently in established relationships, you and your partner are having a huge breakthrough this week where whether it's something going on with you, I think it's something going on with you, it's opening up opportunities to maybe actually just go completely into left field with this relationship or with this family or how we want to kind of make things go. And it's going to seem weird to friends and to relatives and other people because you're kind of going against the grain. But with the Seven of Cups, we are being very experimental with this. And it does look like you and a partner are getting a chance to take this adventure together. You should take this adventure together, because they are also having some very strong breakthroughs as well. Something that is ultimately going to be giving you both a chance to do something without a tether or a burden you've been abiding for too long. So that is what I've got for you. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. You know I appreciate it. And if you ever want to get a session, go to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com.